On November 22nd, the Association for Indian American Minorities was launched in Washington, D.C., marking a significant step towards empowering the Indian minority diaspora in the United States. Established to promote unity and support, the association brings together Indian Americans from diverse backgrounds, including Sikhs, Muslims, Hindus, Christians, and Jews, all working towards the common goal of advancing minority welfare.
So we're giving Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Peace Award for Minority Upliftment and Security of Minorities to Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India.
And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so.
I wanted to thank Prime Minister Modi for supporting and your leadership in including and empowering minority, and we appreciate it very much.
News, views, voices of the global Indian community. India abroad.
My name is Jasdeep Singh, and today at Washington Adventist University in Maryland, we are launching the Association of American Indian Minorities. This is the need of the hour. All minorities from India in America were inspired by the vision of our leader, Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and we saw the diversity and the secular environment in India, and the two leading nations on democracy, the oldest democracy, United States of America, and the largest democracy, India, Bharat, have so many things in common when it comes to minority upliftment. And especially Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision on minority upliftment, minority development inspired us to form this organization today. And this organization is not going to be limited to United States. This is going to expand. We're going to expand Modi ji's vision of minority upliftment, minority security throughout the world. And this is a very, very special and a very happy day for all minorities from India, because we have Hindus, we have Sikhs, we have Muslims, we have Christians, we have Jains, and we also have Jews in our group today. And united, all minorities, when we unite, we become a very strong force. And this was the need of the hour. And we thank Modi ji for inspiring us through his secular and democratic values that Bharat is spreading throughout the world.
I'm basically a Seventh-day Adventist Christian based, and I went to school and colleges in Christian school and Christian college in Pune. So Christians are the one of the religion which brought education, healthcare, and many other things to India and to the world. Today, under the Prime Minister Narendra Bhai, the things are moving very fast. The Christians are safe, and he is doing a lot of things for not only for the Christians and even other minorities. So we endorse him, his leadership. As a Christian, I know a lot of bishops, and I work with them in India. So he recently visited Rome and met the Pope. I think 2 times he met him. So we are with the Prime Minister, and we are always support as a Christians, brothers and sisters, the Prime Minister of India. We thank him for what he is doing for the Christian community and other minority community. Thank you.
My name is Gurpreet Takhar, and I'm a resident of Maryland. I'm representing the GOCI, which is the Governor's Office of Community Initiative in Maryland, and I'm the chair of the South Asian Commission. I'm here today because I want to support the Indian government, BJP party, and Modi ji for the wonderful relations they've built with the US over the years, ever since his leadership came in there. They've got a wonderful ambassador here, Taranjit Sandhu ji, and and between them, they have built a wonderful relationship with the US. Right now, we have about 4 million diasporas from India origin. And also, I'm here to support the students of India who come here. There's about 200,000 who come here every year. And it's wonderful to see them here. They are ambassadors from India. And they are also bring our culture here and keep us reminded of our country and contribute very positively to the US, strengthening the US-India relationship. So I'm in support of all that.
Hello everyone, my name is Manasvi Arya, and from India I am from Delhi, Dilwalon ki Delhi, and I'm here to support this summit because who could have thought as Indians in America we would be leading the minority, and that's what I'm here to support.
What do you think about the minorities there?
So definitely there are a lot of challenges when it comes to the minority in India, in US, especially the Indian minorities. However, I think we are reckoning as a force upcoming here. As Indians, we are doing amazing work here in all fields, including tech, defense, medical. We have left nothing. And I think that's what this America has given to us as Indians here.
Indian American Jew, originally from Ahmedabad, Gujarat state, where we proudly say that our motherland, India, is the only country in the world with absolutely no history of anti-Semitism in its 2,000-year-old history. This is a fact that has been not so well known in the West, but is now being known better, thanks to Prime Minister Modi mentioning in all his speeches that the relationship with Israel might be new from the last 30 years, but the bonds with the Jewish people are ancient. So we are very grateful to our motherland India, to Prime Minister Modi, and to the Indian leadership across the political spectrum for the safety and well-being of the Jewish minority in India. What is not known is a fact that in our 120-year-old Jewish girls' school in Calcutta and the two Sassoon schools in Mumbai, majority of the children are Muslim. And even in the times of worst violence in the Middle East, never was a stone thrown at these schools, which are located in Jewish synagogue compounds in Calcutta and Mumbai. And mind you, these are in Muslim majority neighborhoods. That goes to show the resilience of the people of India. Again, we are looking forward to a robust partnership between the United States, between Israel and India, and are again very grateful to Prime Minister Modi, his cabinet, and the entire political leadership in India for the support of the well-being of India's Jewish community. Israel's 90,000 Indian Jews also joined me in thanking Prime Minister Modi for making the first ever historic visit to Israel in 2017. And we look forward to a robust partnership between India and the United States and UAE, Saudi Arabia, and other partners in ensuring a free, stable, prosperous, and secure Middle East. Shalom, Namaste, Jai Hind.
Hi, I'm Simrat,
I'm Parvinder.
and we're both Indian American youth that have grown up in the United States. Most of our family is still in India, and it's amazing to see the growth that Indian Americans and Indian youth are having all throughout the world. It's so empowering, and it's all thanks to
All thanks to Prime Minister Modi for this opportunity. As a youth, we look forward to him.
So throughout the last 10 years, we've seen immense growth in young Indians going abroad, making a name for themselves outside of India, making the name of India proud all throughout the world, and then going back and sharing their growth back in India and investing back in their homes.
As she shared, in last 10 years under Prime Minister Modi, a lot of youth came to United States to study. They look forward for all the opportunities, and all thanks to Prime Minister Modi for that.
I am Cheryl Harris Kasunsu. I have the privilege of serving as the provost here at Washington Adventist University, Tacoma Park, Maryland, here in the United States of America. And I am so thrilled that today we have the opportunity to host, in collaboration with Chandera University and our friends of the university, Dr. Jesse Singh and others, the inaugural summit specific to equity and the alliances that we can form together to impact our world, a global impact. I have the privilege during today's summit to unwrap insights from a paper that summarizes the initiatives that have been taken in the country of India under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi to ensure access and equity and esteem. As I was reading the paper, I was mindful of the observation made by John Maxwell, who is a global leader and who looks and studies leadership. And he declares that no country, no organization rises any higher than the leader. So I see in Prime Minister Modi, and I see in Martin Luther King Jr., parallels in that they recognize the power of a dream where all people are esteemed, have value, have access. They are mindful, in order for those dreams to be realized, that a structure, a legal structure, is required. And so I will share examples from the paper of legal actions in the country of India that are making a difference for access, esteem, and equity. I was a little girl when Martin Luther King was leading in our country, and I remember the power of laws that were enacted under leaders such as John F. Kennedy, such as Lyndon Johnson, to give us access to voting and to jobs and to fiscal resources. This summit today not only reflects on the last 10 years of India's journey under the Prime Minister, but it challenges us to reach new heights for 21st century access and esteem and equity, not just for the citizens of India, but for our world. And it is to this that we are dedicated. This is the summit that we will commit ourselves, and we invite you to join us in this transformative journey.
I'm very pleased and proud to be invited to speak here today. One of the things that, and I appreciate my good friend Elisha Pulavarti who extended the invitation, one of the things that's very important about what we're doing today is what you see in back of me here where it says celebrating 10 years of India-USA strategic partnership. India, the largest democracy on the planet, is very important to the United States in terms of growth of business, of friendship, of strategic alliance. And when we talk about leadership, many people may not realize that today is a tragic day in American history because 61 years ago today, John Kennedy was killed in Dallas, Texas. But as we move forward, 61 years later, what would John Kennedy say, or what would he think of this growing reliance and this friendship between India and the United States? And I think he would be very pleased and proud to see where both countries have moved. Because when as our provost just said, when this country 61 years ago, there were still signs in parts of this country that said colored only, or black only, or white only here. And India was just a country that was still in its rapidly formation. 61 years later, we have a strategic partnership. India is part of the nuclear club of this planet, which has an awesome responsibility to make sure that peace and stability reign within the world. And India serves a great strategic partnership in the strategic military political balance between the United States and China. And that balance is going to be very important as we move forward in the world. As we look upon to be a leader, right? Leadership is not just because someone gave you a title and you have authority. Leadership is servant leadership. What is the role that we wish to play in our neighborhoods, in our communities, in our church, right? With our young people to give them direction. It's very important as we move forward. This is a very exciting time. We have an election that just passed in the United States here. Locally, we have changes going on at the local, county, and state level. And it's important for all of us to be involved in the nature of what we're doing in our communities. When you look at from the role that I once played at the Department of Commerce, the Minority Business Development Agency, believe it or not, minority businesses in this country contribute $1.7 trillion to the U.S. economy. That's just underneath the U.S. airline industry. The U.S. airline industry is worth $1.8 trillion to the U.S. economy. Minority-owned businesses are just underneath that at $1.7 trillion. If minority-owned businesses didn't exist, we'd have to invent them because that's how important they are to the U.S. economy. So the opportunity for all of us to contribute from a leadership perspective, from a business perspective, of what we need to do to move not only this partnership between the U.S. and India forward, it looks very bright as we move forward in the 21st century. And I will say this, I'm a fan of fiction, I'm a fan of military and political novels. And one thing that I'm very, very happy to know of India's role as almost the new Switzerland in this world. You know, Switzerland prided itself on its neutrality, but helping other countries solve its problems. And that's the way I see India today. India is the new Switzerland, right? Strategic, neutral, but yet helping other countries solve the problems between themselves. So I'm gonna leave you with this. I read a novel recently. I hope this never comes to pass, what I'm about to say. But I read a novel that the US and China go to war in about the year 2032. And the country that actually brokers the peace between the US and India, and US and China, is India. So I hope that war never comes to pass because the results would be horrific. But if this novel is anywhere near true, it says that India will solve the problem and broker the peace between the US and China. That's how important India is in this strategic, political alliance in this world today. Thank you very much for allowing me to come and say a few words.
Namaskar. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I have very well crafted speech in English, but I would like to speak from core of my heart. Yes. And मैं पंजाबी से गल करना चाहूँगा. मैं सब तो पहला थैंक यू यूनिवर्सिटी, थैंक यू जसी जी, थोड़ा सारे का धन्यवाद तुसी समा कढ़िया इत्थे आए. ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਟੈਲੈਕਚੁਅਲ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨ ਸੁਣੀ ਹੈ. ਇੱਥੇ ਮਕਸਦ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ. ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੋਦੀ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਸਲੋਗਨ सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास. लेकिन एक चीज और है इसमें, वो यहाँ पे डिस्कशन नहीं हुई. सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका विकास, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास. प्रयास ਅੱਜ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰयास ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਯਤਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ. ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੋਦੀ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਸਲੋਗਨ ਹੈ, ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਫਿਲਾਸਫੀ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਿਤ ਹੈ. ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਦੀ ਫਿਲਾਸਫੀ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਿਤ ਹੈ ਮੋਦੀ ਜੀ ਦਾ. ਔਰ ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਲ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਿਤ ਹੋ ਕੇ हासिल की है। तो हमेशा कोशिश भी करते हैं कि इसके ऊपर पूरा उतर। आज इस प्रोग्राम के 4 आउटकम जिहड़े ने वो मैं देख रहा। सब तो पहले तो ऑब्जेक्टिव जिहड़ा है इस यूनिवर्सिटी नाल कोलैबोरेशन का, डॉक्टर गुरजंत सिंह जी बैठे ने ते साडे पुराने दोस्त, जब असीं मिले तो मैंने पूछते कि इस यूनिवर्सिटी नाल कोलैबोरेशन का कोई खास वजह है? मैं कहा जी बिल्कुल, क्योंकि ये माइनॉरिटी इंस्टीट्यूशन है और असी इस दे नाल मिल के माइनॉरिटीज़ वास्ते काम करना चाहते हैं। मैं अपने बारे दसदिया थोड़ा, मैं एक बहुत ही सधारण फैमिली तो हाँ, बहुत ही पछड़े हुए इलाके विचों, जिथे एजुकेशन नहीं सी, जिथे स्कूल नहीं सी, बहुत स्ट्रगल करके मैं जिंदगी इत्थे पहुंचा। और मेरा मिशन है कि मैं जी एजुकेशन मैनू नहीं मिली वो मैं अपने लोगों को, अपने स्टेट को, अपने साथियों को दे सका। और उस दे नाल ही मिशन है कि असीं अपनी सोसाइटी, अपने समाज के वास्ते कुछ कर सकीए। असीं अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी वालों जी फाउंडेशन है, इंडियन माइनॉरिटी फाउंडेशन बनाई है। असीं पूरे देश के दुनिया में जाके माइनॉरिटी के वेलफेयर वास्ते काम करते हैं। और नाल दी नाल असीं अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी के गुरु नानक चेयर इस्टैबलिश की है, जिथे प्रोफैसर हरपाल सिंह जी पन्नू, तुसीं नाम सुनिया होगा, देखिया होगा, बहुत बड़े विद्वान इतिहासकार है। उन्होंने असीं एक टीम बना के दी है कि जिन्ना भी साडा सिख इतिहास है, जिन्नी भी साडी गुरबाणी है, जिहड़ी औखियां भाषावां ब्रिज भाषा विच उसनूं असीं पंजाबी विच अनुवाद करके अपने आने वाली नौजवान पीढ़ी तक लेके गए। इस यूनिवर्सिटी नाल कोलैबोरेशन का साडा मकसद है कि असीं माइनॉरिटी वेलफेयर वास्ते मिल के इंटलैक्चुअल डेलीब्रेशनस, इंटलैक्चुअल काम जिहड़ा साडी टीम करेगा। अज के इस प्रोग्राम के विच एक तो मैं जस्सी सिंह जी तुहानूं बधाई देनी चाहना, थोड़ा धन्यवाद करना चाहना, जिन्होंने ऑल अमेरिका इंडियन माइनॉरिटी फाउंडेशन जी है एसोसीएशन उसकी शुरुआत की है। एक बहुत बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है, बहुत बड़ा मंच बनेगा एक दिन, और असीं अपने देश की मजबूती के वास्ते, अपने लोगों के सद्भावना बढ़ाने वास्ते मिलकर काम कर सकेंगे। और इस यूनिवर्सिटी के 2 पेपर प्रेजेंट किए गए, 2 पेपर पब्लिश हुए हैं। पहली बार इंटरनेशनल लैवल के 2 पेपर माइनॉरिटी वेलफेयर वास्ते पब्लिश होना, मैं समझदा कि बहुत अच्छी शुरुआत है। तुसीं प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब वास्ते एक अवार्ड जिहड़ा है वो अज दिता है, बहुत बड़ा सम्मान है 140 करोड़ भारतीयों का। अज तुसीं किंग मार्टिन लूथर का अवार्ड सानूं दे के भेज रहे हो वापस। दिल दी गहराइयां दे विचों तुहाडा सारिआं दा बहुत बहुत धन्नवाद। जय हिंद।